So I stayed at a this hostel. I'm gonna have to do a lot of catching up for you guys, but it's gonna rain today. It's gonna rain all day, so gonna take a Nero. But I wanted to show you while I'm getting my coffee and not getting a very quick start. This is the kitchen, which is kind of cool. It's just like a double wide, but coffee. So I like to show you guys where I stay. More details on that, hopefully to come, but it is supposed to rain. It hasn't started. It was supposed to have started. I think I showed you the tents over there last night. This is the outside of that kitchen place. They've got trash and more potties, but in here is bathrooms with showers. No need to go inside. But this is this. I'm gonna go down to the laundry in another kitchenette area. And in here is bunks, but also like loaner clothes and whatever. So it's and the hiker box. So it's kind of all like shared spaces because even the kitchenette, the kitchen, they also have rooms off it. So people can pay for a private room, but people are coming in and out of the kitchen. So the privacy starts after 8 because the kitchen closes at 8, so nobody's allowed. But I am going to come down and show you the laundry, which you do yourself, but I think it was $4. And I'm embarrassed to say I got a senior discount. She asked if I was over 55, and I'm like, sadly, I am. Oh, look, we did not do a fire, but we did play pitch last night at this picnic table. Now, I will show you. I should have gotten I can do that in the kitchen. I was going to get my water bottles and get water before I leave. I got to drink some. But there's the laundry, right? Totally works. And outlets everywhere, so we can charge while we're doing other things, right? And Conqueror Ninja in the little kitchenette area. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Nice. Yes, let's see. Let's take a picture. Oh, so nice. Anyway, okay, so, and they got some pretty lights. You know, I love those. Okay, so we are actually, I'm rushing because, of course, I want to get going before the rain stops. The plan today is to do a Nero, which means almost zero, not at all what I normally would do, but I earned one because I haven't taken a Nero in a very long time. And I think because of the rain and everything, I just want to get to the next shelter, which is like 7 miles away, 3.5 hours. And the sooner I can get going, the better. But I don't know, there's a single family house up there. Don't know what that is, was not told. But over here, really quick, don't want to waste your time, is like where I registered and stuff. So yeah, very cool. I'm afraid to show you like inside there because it is bunks and people could be getting dressed. So I'm not gonna, but interesting, a very extensive hiker box. It's become like a whole wall of hiker shelf. But anyway, all right, I guess that's it until we get going. And then I will try to fill you in on how things got to this point because I was not intending to stay, but I tented. And with my senior discount and laundry, it only came to $15. But I had the most fantastic Mexican dinner last night. All right, bye. I figured I had to use the facilities, so I'll show you the bathroom anyway. See, it's good to know. It's nice and clean, freshly painted, and yes, much to my chagrin, the toilet seat is up, but with Noro ever present, nobody's touching that thing. Anyway, hopefully getting a start soon. It's 8:04 actually, but I want to get a shuttle back to where I got picked up yesterday. No sense in doing extra miles for no reason. So I'm waiting. I think I'm waiting for when the rest of this crew wants to go because I don't want to send her out twice. But I may ask for a ride soon. Hey, Rebel J, getting her coffee. Anyway, everybody getting their coffee. Yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Okay, TJ. Hanging out, waiting for the rain to start, I guess. Can't get hiking until the rain starts. Anyway, just kidding. So I'm finally back on the trail. The shuttle driver says the elevation gain isn't so bad. We'll see. But this is actually kind of a, I don't know, like it's a cemetery. You can see it's very overgrown, very old. Part of me does not want to go into these tick condos, dwelling spaces, but I wanted to read some of these. I'm sure I'm getting ticks all over me. Darn it. Let's see. I will look. This person was born in 1864 and died in 1904. It's our mother. Oh, but no name. Isn't that? Oh, down here. No name. I wonder if at one point, I don't know, I'm gonna make stuff up. This was private land. Anyway, you can see like scattered through here are just these tiny little headstones. But you know what's so great? That nobody, this one says, my father Frederick, that nobody has removed them and tried to do something different with this land. Very cool. I'm actually not sure if I've gone the right way on the trail. I'm gonna double check that right now because I was so enthralled by the cemetery that I don't know if the trail turned on me. Okay, I'm gonna check that and I'll get back to you. But very, very, very cool. Can you imagine, like, considering all these tiny ones that are that the grass is higher than, and then you get these, like this family, I imagine must have been, maybe wealthier and that they could afford these large, or they represent something else. Maybe they just represent the family. But I'm making stuff up. I have absolutely no idea. But anyway, I got to figure out where the trail is. There is going to be rain today. Without question, rain today. Oh, what is this? Oh, well, Pearisburg. Let's look at it. Who was Captain George Paris? Served as captain of the Revolutionary War. He was wounded and returned home only to have his wife die in the next month. He bought 204 acres of land near the New River. Here, he built a home and opened a ferry operation. An entrepreneur. Look how young he looks. When the country was formed in 1808, Captain Paris gave 53 acres of the county seat. It was named Pearisburg in honor of him. George Paris died during the winter of 1810. At the age of 64, he was buried here, overlooking the New River, his house, and his ferry. Oh, you know what? If I had time, and who knows, maybe those larger ones are his tombstones. Let's just check. Why not? We're here. No, Lucy Hale, Edward Hale. No, I'm not going to traipse through all these headstones to find George Paris, but very cool. Now I know why it's famous. All right. Plus it's on the trail, which makes it famous. All right. Again, I will be back when I figure out which direction I'm supposed to go. Okay, I found him. You knew his headstone had to be significant, right? So I don't know this. I doubt this was done at the time he died, but this, let's see, has been erected to protect, I'm sure. Again, making stuff up. His tombstone, perhaps. Yeah. Oh, he was born 2 days before me in 1746. And he died in November 1810. Yep. And here is his headstone here. Virginia. And I don't know what this is, but there's a little rock. Not sure. Maybe it's his wife? I don't know. All right. Okay. So it seems I have to go down this way. But it really does not look like trail. I feel like I am just desecrating a cemetery. But apparently no, I'm not. So we will see more headstones. Let's see. I can't even read this one. Yeah. Hammond. Let's see. Wow. Just so old. All right. Oh. All right. I must go and figure out and just, a little sheep on it. Daughter of, that's so sad. Oh, don't make me cry. This poor guy got tipped over. All right. Enough of that. Okay. I got to figure out where I'm going. That would be helpful. And just because it's different, I'm showing you what I'm walking now. But I feel very... Ah! And then there's this. Hello, train. I know. I gotta hit the thing to make it not blurry, right? There's the train. Anyway, okay. So it's nice that they have this little, you know, I mean, okay, so much for me talking. No, and there's the river. So cool. Maybe this was the ferry system that, or the river for this ferry, and Perisburg's house must have been somewhere over here. Paris's house, not Perisburg. Paris. Then we have this beautiful view out there. All right. I know my videos are getting sloppier and sloppier. I'm sorry. It's like sometimes I just have to, well, we're getting rain. I think I've said that more than once, more than 5 times. We are getting rain. So that means I have to hustle. And there's no fooling around. So, all right. Looks like I'm going into town, or another part of town. But I will go wherever Wilson directs me. Okay. This is so funny. I am right where it says, and I think it's in that direction, but I'm right where it says I should see a shelter. The fog is so thick, I see nothing. I do see a fire pit. So I'm not sure where. Do I go a few steps further? Or do I follow what looks like a bit of a worn path? Because this is, and I feel like I can see something with a flat roof way out there. Let's see if I can show it to you. No, I don't know. There, do you see it? Right there, dead center. All right, I'm gonna try it. But this is so funny. How about this? I can't even see the shelter. These are two cutie. I think it's in the fog over there. You see it just barely? Oh, it's coming in. It's coming into view now. It's coming into view. Anyway, that is so funny.
I was thinking about eating lunch on it.
Yeah. I don't know, the wind. Hey, babies. It's windy. It might be nice, but it's rainy and windy. Hi, little puppers. All right, well, I'm going to go check out the shelter and see. Yeah. All right. I think like the fog lifted for just a half a second for me to know it's out there. And I do see it. Like it's hard. I know you don't see it necessarily, but I do see it. So, oh yeah, here. There it is. See, it's coming into view. It's like a, I don't even want to say it. Like a scene from a horror movie. And I do not know this guy behind me, but I'm sure he's very nice. Hi, babies. Oh, here's the babies. He's got 2 beautiful puppies. Hi, babies. All right, I'm just gonna go check out the shelter. Unfortunately, the water source was dry. Hi, baby. So I was supposed to get water 0.6 prior to the shelter. So now I have to get creative and collect rainwater or something. But anyway, we'll figure it out. There is a campsite, 1.5, but oh, look, another fire pit. If only it wasn't raining. Anyway, oh, hey, bird. All right, well, I am under a roof now, not that it is dry. Okay, alrighty then. There, alrighty then. I didn't get your trail. I'll do this and see if it works out. Hello, there's me. Hi. Okay, so as I said in another video that the elevation wasn't so bad and I was making great time. So I said, whatever, I'll go right into bed. Had no plan whatsoever. I just hoped like heck that there would be a tent site for me. Even if it was right outside of town, I thought if I could just tent and then I can go into town like first thing, that would have worked fine. But I looked up, there was a hostel. They said they had tent sites, so I called them, and sure enough, they did actually. And it was my mistake. I think I said in the video that there was no mention. Yeah, there was. I just didn't read it because I was in a hurry and not paying a whole lot of attention. So yes, there was a tent site for $12. Anyway, she had plenty of tent sites. She had no bunks. So it was fine because last night didn't even rain. It was actually beautiful and I slept really well outside. But here's the funny part, right? So I knew my friends were going into Pearisburg, but I didn't know what they were doing there. I had no idea. And I certainly had no intentions of going to Pearisburg. So anyway, I call the shuttle, I get picked up, I go register, I come around. She's like, if you go around, you'll see the tent sites. I go around and everyone is there. I mean, everyone that I've been hiking with, different clans, so to speak, right? Different like little tramilies that I've been hiking with, all there. It was just like there was the place to be last night. So it was meant for me to be there. It was a lot of fun. So, in fact, first thing Portal says is, we're going to Mexican food. And I'm like, that's what I want. I want Mexican food. And I don't know why. I don't drink a lot at all. Like very little. And yet I had this horrifying craving for a margarita. So I had a Paloma. I love those. And they made a really nice one. So I had the 3 enchiladas. You saw that in a Paloma. Anyway, it was so great. We had so much fun. And then it was just really cool that they were all there, right? It just makes it that much funner. And I was able to take a shower and do some laundry. And we played pitch by entirely different rules. May I just say, I learned pitch a certain way, been playing pitch for 25 years, a certain way. And I'm like, oh guys, haha, I'm good at this game, like, right? And then all of a sudden they're like, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that. I'm going, what's this one? This one. I'm like, I don't like your way of playing pitch. I was like the craziest pitch rules, but that was their pitch rules, right? And it's just funny because every card game has, like, you know, depending on who teaches it to you, they have their own kind of rules, right? And yet, my, my partner and I, we won anyway. So, yeah, you know. So whether different rules or not, we still won. Anyway, so, and then this morning, as you know, I really wanted to get out, and I did not beat the rain. I don't know. I wasn't going to admit this, but somehow I got off trail twice today. That was very, very frustrating and incredibly time consuming. One was at the cemetery. I was never supposed to even go into the cemetery. That's where I went wrong there. It took me bushwhacking down a steep cliff before I went, okay, this is not right. Okay. So I made my way back. But what happened was on the map was too small, so it looked like the arrow was on the red line like I'm supposed to be. But if I opened it, then I wasn't on the red line, you know? So I back through the cemetery, found the trail. Okay, now I'm good. Then I go, and here's where it was weird. So remember I said something about, how do I know those are blazes or not just highway markers? Well, several days ago when I saw those white highway markers and I said, oh, look at their blazes. They weren't blazes. They were highway markers. It just was coincidence that those blazes went, or those highway markers went where the trail went because they turned on me today. Oh yeah, they did. So today I'm following, following all these highway markers until I am way off trail. Quarter mile. All right. But I'm like, okay, something's not right here. So I go to my map and now I blow it up. I'm like, where am I? It really was only a quarter mile, but it was like so frustrating because when you are now off trail, you don't want to take 5 steps in the wrong direction. You want to figure it out and only take steps that put you in the proper direction. And that was so hard because I had a 4-lane flipping highway to deal with. So what had happened is I followed those silly little highway markers, which I ended up crossing the road, which I had to do anyway, but I did it way far down. So that was wrong. So I crossed it again after about a half an hour of deliberating. I crossed it back again, went down, followed it till my little arrow touched the red, and then there it was. I don't know how I missed it. But you know how we often see double Wilsons, one, and it says, oh, change is going to happen? None of that. So those blazes really turned on me today. They were not available. But I did, obviously, because of the map, I was able to find it. So when you're leaving, so anybody hiking the trail next year or whatever, when you're leaving Pearisburg, after you walk along that highway section where they've got the retaining wall so you can't, or the cage, so you can't, the fencing so you can't get run over, make sure you start looking at far out so you know where to turn, because there was otherwise no indication, at least not that I saw. Then once I got on the trail, I was fine. Then it was, full steam ahead, but then it started to rain, and I was like, I could have been in the shelter by now. So of course, everything's wet. Well, no, that's a lie. Everything was not wet. My shoes and my socks are soaked, but I had my umbrella, so I was just damp. But that's okay, because actually my coat is not so damp anymore, so that's not bad. Okay, I'll give Z-Packs a shout out for that. The coat did dry quickly. And I was able to, I got to the shelter, made my bed, crawled in my sleeping bag, and I've been nice and, warm with all my layers on. Not Z-Packs, let's look at it. Why not? My Enlighten equipment. So, I don't know if you guys remember. No, I don't know if I told you. I had this custom made. This is one of their custom Enlighten equipment. So, I'm boring. I wanted hot pink. They didn't have that available. I did purple with black inside. This thing is awesome. It's the Torrid. It is so warm. Way warmer than the ski jacket that I'd been using. Because if you remember, if I told you, I don't even remember if I told you, it was custom made, so it hadn't come in yet, and Neil had to mail it to me. So I got it with my massive free supply. So I shipped back my ski jacket, which I love that ski jacket. It just weighed twice as much as the Torrid. It also wasn't as warm as the Torrid. I love this thing. So it's great. And now because I'm sitting out here in the wind, I put my Z-Packs over my Torrid, and I'm toasty, except for my feet, because I'm wearing what we call my camp shoes. Oh, don't you love my nail polish? Are you seeing that? Yeah. That polish was from when I went to Florida, right before the trail. Anyway, it's not handling the wilderness very well. So I think that's about it. I am doing the Nero on purpose. As I said, I deserve one, I want one, I need one. I rolled out my muscles really well this morning, and I'm going to do it again tonight. The spring that I thought was dry, apparently I was at the wrong one. A hop, skip, and a jump more north would have been a really, really strongly flowing spring. Zoomies, one of the thru hikers here, told me that, and he had to go back and get himself water. He kindly took my water bottle, my Ceanoc, and filled it for me. So, trail magic from another thru hiker. Anyway, so yeah, that was that. So that's how that happened. Totally unintentional, but didn't do my full, I'm at a hostel routine. It was just laundry, which I shared with somebody else, and then gifted my pod that I paid for to somebody, Princess Slacker, who was staying an extra night, and I knew she was slack packing, so I said, your clothes are going to be gross, and you're going to need to do laundry a second time. So I gifted her my laundry pod, and I took a shower. And really, that was it. Took advantage of the coffee in the morning, but otherwise didn't do all the, in-town hostel routine. It was just a quick overnight, really. And though I did have that awesome Mexican. Oh, God, I want more Mexican. They do it right here in the South. We just do not do Mexican right in the North. I want more Mexican here in the South. Okay. I think I have pretty much babbled on long enough. And tomorrow, no idea. Actually, no idea. Would like to get in. I think there was a shelter at least 15 miles ahead. It's supposed to pour again tomorrow, but not just pour, thunder and lightning. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. But what I'd really like to do is get to that next shelter, or the shelter that's about 15 miles out. It still will be a shorter day, per se, but not a narrow, and a decent amount of miles, but it's going to be a lousy conditions. But such is life in the wilderness, right? Yeah, take the rain. And we've been pretty lucky, if I'm being honest. They say chance of rain, but my days have been pretty darn awesome. And then, rains at night, but who cares, right? Okay. Yeah. So that's it. And just so you know, Angel's Haven, Rest Haven, or something like that. You know what? I got to give you the right name for that. That's just wrong that I don't know it. It was really great. It was a really great. They're really, really friendly there, and I didn't get in trouble for anything. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. So definitely recommend that place. If nothing else, then you can walking distance to Mexican food, and an awesome Paloma. Okay. Until later. Bye. The rain stopped for a bit, but you can see that I must be just like sheltering inside a cloud. Kind of cool. Now let's see if I can, well, I think I showed you the shelter. Well, now we got 2 more people in. They're sleeping, so I didn't want to pester them with my vlogging. Let's see if I can show you. This is what a hiker shelter looks like when it's rained all day. Everybody's got their stuff just draped over everywhere, trying to dry out. And this is Zumi stretching his legs. And this is his clothesline. Yeah. Not awful. And wicked funny, before Zumi told me about the spring that was actually flowing well, I was catching water off this roof in my Seanock, rainwater, and I actually filled 1 bottle. Hey, I can live off the land. Anyway, okay, enough for now. Right outside our shelter door. Oh, there's 3. Oh, 4. Oh, gosh. This. They're utterly oblivious to us.
Yeah, they're probably pretty used to people being around here.
Yeah.